All hail the Lone Wolf.
You know, I once asked Baron Corbin, what makes you happy? What drives you? He told me two things: getting under people's skin and exposing them to their worst fears.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Kansas City, weighing in at 275 pounds, Baron Corbin.
A perfect hybrid athlete, size, speed, strength, and skill. Baron Corbin, one of the most dominant forces to attack a WWE ring in recent memory.
Accomplished so much in his young career. Won the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Former Golden Gloves boxing champion, NFL offensive lineman, turned champion in WWE. My man.
When you talk about power, you talk about this man.
And from Colorado Springs, Colorado, weighing in at 273 pounds, Bobby Lashley.
One of the most impressive athletes ever to step foot in a WWE ring. A successful mixed martial artist, Lashley is finally back where he belongs in WWE.
Oh, to that point, Corey, this is a man in Bobby Lashley who spent 10 years away from WWE, but he had unfinished business. He felt like he had more he wanted to accomplish, and so far, Bobby Lashley is on his track to do just that.
This man is a real force, Drew McIntyre.
Revamped attitude, revamped appearance.
And their partner, from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, Drew McIntyre.
McIntyre's made it his mission to eliminate all the complacency in WWE.
You know, Drew McIntyre arrived and he was the chosen one. Handpicked by WWE Chairman Mr. McMahon. And Drew will admit that he became complacent. Felt like he didn't have to work hard to get to the top. When he got fired, he went away, he got a new attitude, and now he's back, bigger and badder than ever.
With a vengeance.
Yeah, this new attitude from Drew McIntyre dictates he will take whatever he wants.
McIntyre laser focused. Oh, this is so exciting! The Hounds of Justice are back!
You are looking at perhaps WWE's most dominant faction ever. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns, three workhorses that run this industry.
In one night at Money in the Bank 2016, all of these men were WWE champion.
The Lunatic, the Big Dog, and the Architect reunited.
Baron Corbin is a former Golden Gloves boxing champion. If the Lone Wolf connects with the right hand, you can forget about it.
Yeah, lights out in short order.
When I looked at the card for tonight, this one definitely stood out as one you don't want to miss.
Baron Corbin likes to be the epitome of the term Lone Wolf.
Yeah, Saxton, Baron Corbin does what Baron Corbin wants to do when he wants.
He goes for the cover. Just before 3. That was real close.
You need more to keep a man Corbin's size down.
I agree.
Neck breaker!
Ouch.
Given Baron Corbin's size, strength, and striking ability, an opponent must try to always be moving and keep the Lone Wolf off balance. And by the way, good luck with that.
Boom, what a kick. Power, agility, toughness, and a massive 6'8", 275-pound frame means there's a lot to prepare for against Baron Corbin. Corey, you offer the best advice a superstar needs to be on the move and keep this monster off balanced.
The Lone Wolf possesses all of the physical and mental tools to dominate an opponent. That's why it's essential for a competitor who's going up against Baron Corbin to not allow him to get set. Keep him guessing and moving.
Wicked clothesline.
If you recall, guys, when Drew McIntyre first showed up here in 2009, he was anointed the Chosen One. And while it may have been premature back then, I'd say McIntyre is more than living up to it nowadays.
Jaw-shattering boot.
As Byron alluded to, Drew McIntyre's initial run in WWE had ups and downs, but ever since his return in 2017, I'd say McIntyre's among the most dominant superstars on the roster.
As with the people he's defeated since returning. I mean, let's look at some of these names, Cole. Bobby Roode, Andrade Cien Almas, Seth Rollins. Those are some pretty big names if you ask me. Nailed it.
Over time, there have been various types of six-man teams that have been successful. There are family trios like the Guerreros, the Grahams, the Andersons, and the Von Erichs. There have been members of factions who have also produced tremendous six-man teams like the Fabulous Freebirds, the Four Horsemen, the NWO, and D-Generation X.
Elbow drop.
Piercing.
Byron, you mentioned some families and groups that created incredible six-man teams. Talking more about factions, don't forget about the likes of the Hart Foundation, Evolution, the Wyatt family, the Shield, and the New Day. These are only some of the trios who had unbelievable matches against a variety of adversaries.
If we're talking about three-man teams, I need to shout out one of the baddest trios of all time who held the World Six-Man Championship on a number of occasions. I'm talking about the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and
Superman punch! Good night!
But is it enough to end it?
Looking to catch him off guard there, I guess.
McIntyre's still in this.
Beautiful technique.
How can Roman Reigns be put on the offensive quickly here? Rather than continuing to absorb any more punishment, he might want to tag out here.
To be successful, the offensive style he's relying on tonight requires him not lose too much stamina. But by the looks of things right now, he might need a new game plan.
Well, he's certainly looking a little worse for wear, but that doesn't mean you should count him out just yet. I'm sure there's plenty of fight still left in it.
And there's the reversal from Drew McIntyre.
Oh, Roman Reigns unable to be contained.
Slammed with authority. Devastating elbow.
Boom! I don't think I've seen a superstar more driven to succeed than Drew McIntyre. When he was released in 2014, McIntyre said he'd be back, and that's exactly what happened.
Oh, McIntyre really took a negative and turned it into a positive. Instead of feeling sorry for himself and blaming everybody else, he traveled the globe and made himself an even bigger star.
And what a reversal from Baron Corbin.
You gotta believe this one's over. Oh boy, he is rolling. Following up on what you two were saying about McIntyre's initial release, not only did he...
Look out, Baron Corbin is measured.
Oh, what's he gonna do now?
That might be the end of Dean Ambrose tonight.
Great job escaping, trying to turn this thing around.
When this guy's on, look out. And is Dean Ambrose able to break free? He's stalking his opponent from the top turnbuckle.
Oh, nasty impact. This is not the place where you want to underestimate your competition.
Absolutely not.
In 2016, the New Day found themselves in the middle of a sick and twisted rivalry with the Wyatt family. Things escalated to the point where Bray Wyatt invited the New Day to do battle at the Wyatt family compound. New Day accepted, but what followed was something no one expected or will ever be able to forget.
Crashing down the hard way.
He's so close to making the tag. There it is. The tag has been made.
Oh, he needed that in the worst way, Michael.
Corey, we've talked about six-man tag matches, and earlier you talked about one that caught the attention of the entire sports entertainment world. The New Day fought for survival amongst the darkness of the Wyatt family compound in a battle where pickaxes and cinder blocks were used as weapons and automobiles were used as battering rams.
The New Day versus the Wyatts at the Wyatt family compound was not your traditional six-man tag match, but it showed what can happen when issues between factions can't be resolved through a sanctioned WWE match. I'll tell you what, none of the men who fought in that conflict will ever be the same.
They call Seth Rollins the architect for a reason. One of the most cunning superstars on the roster. He's shown he'll burn down bridges to reach the top of the mountain.
He's making a statement here with this attack.
Oh, heel kick.
Right on point.
He's starting to stumble here.
We know how Seth has used devious tactics to rise in the WWE.
And here we go. Seth Rollins sees his opening. Nobody controls the pace of a match quite like this guy.
It might be cliche, but it's true here. It ain't over till it's over.
Somebody wound him up and he's off and running.
Oh, nice. And he doesn't stay down for long. Wow. Seth Rollins in a very difficult spot here.
At this point, I'd say he's probably better off taking a tag to one of his partners.
It's make or break time here, and he absolutely has to find a way to get back on the offensive if he wants to win this match.
What a stomp.
Good grief.
Elbow drop with authority.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
You can bet he's going to feel that in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Just punched him right in the mouth.
Relentless.
He's fighting back here.
I expected nothing less, Cole.
this one's over.
Oh my God, face first right into the buckle.
Thanks to Raw General Manager Kurt Angle, in May of 2017, the WWE Universe saw a dream team come together when the Hardy Boys joined forces with the Lunatic Fringe Dean Ambrose. The exciting trio took on Sheamus, Cesaro, and The Miz. Truth be told, both Miz and Ambrose blended in with their impromptu tag team partners pretty well.
Very difficult position to be in right now.
Yeah, situations like this usually don't end very pleasantly.
Byron, we always make a point to talk about continuity amongst team members. In the six-man match, where Dean Ambrose teamed with the Hardys against Sheamus, Cesaro, and The Miz, both teams worked very well together. That surprised me, since this was the first time they teamed together. But there was something that night about the lunacy of Dean Ambrose fitting perfectly with the Daredevil Hardy Boys.
I've got to say, I had goosebumps for a week after the Hardy Boys returned to WWE at 2017's WrestleMania. During that six-man on Raw, Team Extreme formed an effective trio with that lunatic Dean Ambrose. After a twist of fate from Matt Hardy, Jeff crushed The Miz with a swanton bomb, and that was all she wrote. There are instances when a six-man tag match will feature a team where superstars have not always seen eye to eye.
Looking at it here. Oh boy,
Beautiful technique.
this one is over. Oh no, Seth Rollins needs to worry now.
Yeah, the clock's ticking on the Kingslayer.
And a near fall.
Wow, just when you think he's done, Seth Rollins finds the strength to power through and battle on.
Corey, earlier you talked about what needs to happen when members of a six-man team have differences or...
Great job escaping, trying to turn this thing around.
Wow, Ambrose is a man that simply will not quit.
Dean Ambrose tags in. Ambrose starting to struggle now. I think it's safe to say that the action so far in this six-man tag team match is exactly what we expected.
When you put that much meat in the ring, somebody's going to get hurt. And unfortunately for him, he's the one on the receiving end of this inevitable beatdown.
There are times during a six-man tag match where the hostility between two teams overflows. The result is complete chaos, and all six superstars duke it out inside, and many times outside the ring. It's complete and total chaos. But if you're one of the legal competitors in the ring during that time, you must return to the ring before the referee's 10 count or risk being counted out and lose the match for your team.
Byron, you talked about the moment in six-man tag matches when all semblance of order breaks down. Many times the two teams are so determined to tear each other apart that they don't pay attention to who the legal person in the ring is or where the referee is in their 10 count. That's a huge mistake.
In the throes of battle, superstars lose their composure and...
Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns.
Something that is always important in a six-man match is having the ability to perform double-team moves. One of the things that's this might be the end of Corbin.
Now Roman Reigns needs to capitalize on this opportunity.
Looking for all the glory here.
Nice. What an amazing six-man tag match.
Something tells me WWE fans will be discussing the six-man tag match for years to come, and I can't blame them.
Here are your winners, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. The Shield.
It could have gone either way there for a while.
Talk about making your presence felt in the match. Wow, what a win.
As hard as it will be not to think about that amazing match we just saw, we must move on here, guys.